Hi, everybody. I'm Corey. I'm the Dungeon Master. I'm here with the group. Say hi, everybody.
Hey!
Hello, everybody.
Hello!
Let's go ahead and do introductions. Let's go ahead and start off. I'm going to start with the one who looks to be in the most distress, Alex.
Why are we starting with me?
Because you're laughing.
Yeah, I thought of very funny and very not funny things Anyway, hi, I'm Alex. I'm playing Callisto, the Tiefling Druid, who, like everybody else in this party, is going through some shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's go with Rodeo.
Hello, I'm Rodeo, and I play Castor, and I'm perfectly fine.
Let's go with Dust.
Hello, I am Dust. I am playing Moment, and I am also perfectly fine.
Izzeay.
Howdy, I'm Izzeay. I play Martha Blackbrick, the dwarven cleric, and she is not fine.
Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I play the human monk Ser.
And last but not least, our returning from the dead, we've got Jace.
And I'm Jace, the one with the worst internet just in Mississippi. I'm also Soot, probably better known as the one who died last time.
I think that technically makes Alex the one with the best internet her side of the Mississippi. Or worst. Depending on how you want to look at it.
I believe... No, you're on the same side of the Mississippi as Alex is. We'll see.
No, I'm not. I'm on the east side of the Mississippi, dog.
Are you? God, man. Something mimal. I don't know.
So as you guys are kind of going through, I'd like to say you guys are going to start up early morning. It is... Sun's coming up. Most people, if you are able to find time on the cart, can have a rest. You guys could probably take turns. It might be difficult to really rest with all of you, especially with such a small cart at the same time while continuing to travel.
The goats will probably need a rest soon before we get out of the forest.
Yeah. But I'd probably say somewhere around 11 or 12, they're going to start slowing down. They're going to need food. They're going to need water. And after the excitement and then, you guys kind of going away from the cart and they've been left to their own devices for a while, they've probably, I don't know, they're looking a little tired. But there are some interesting things along the road here. And if you guys wish, each and every one of you could roll a perception.
Okay. Oh, also, I believe we cracked the travel crystal to make it to Tantum?
Yes.
Okay.
12.
And, all right, so we've got...
Ooh, a good roll.
Yeah. So a 9, a 12, a 9, a 15, a 20, and a 12. Anybody over a 10 will probably notice these. There are kind of pillars amongst the bushes. Some of them have been destroyed. They're crumbling and decaying from time and erosion. They seem to have some sort of writing on them, maybe some arcana. But they don't look like they've been active in a while. And there was this feeling back in town not too long ago where you guys felt like you were being watched. That feeling has returned.
Can Martha look at the inscriptions?
Sure.
What would that roll be?
You can go ahead and give me an arcana.
Soot would probably do the same if I may also roll. If not, it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Did Soot... Yeah, Soot got a 20.
Okay.
Nope.
That's a
Great.
Got an 8.
arcana for Soot and a 17 for Izzeay.
No, Soot got an 8
Martha.
for an arcana. The last 20 was a
Yeah.
perception.
Yeah, you got a 17 for your arcana. He got an 8 for his.
Yes.
Yeah.
5.
Does
So-
Martha recognize him?
I'd say they're writings to like a peaceful slumber, like an archaic slumber. For a 5, they look old, but old enough that you probably can't transcribe them very well. And with an 8, For the most you're going to get with an 8 is it has something to do with sleep.
Okay. So it'll take some rubbings and then just kind of meander and think for a bit.
Okay.
Question, Corey. Are
Mhm.
these writings in common?
No, they're in Arcana.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if they're
So-
in Druidic.
Magical
Different story,
runes
but-
have. I
Gotcha.
think, and this is how I picture Arcana not in Talalia. In
Like
Incendium.
Latin or
Yeah, kind of. It's like its own kind of mixed language, but it's also not like a language. It has like understandings of runes for like certain things, but it's not a full language. Like you couldn't speak in Arcana, but you can write in Arcana. If
So it's
that
like a
makes any
wizard's
sense.
shorthand.
Basically.
slumbering something about peaceful slumber.
I will say with the 20 with soot, you would know that these pillars go a little bit farther into the forest. They look like they make a pathway.
Don't tempt me with a plot hook, Corey. You know I'm gonna go for it. Subtle meander that way.
Soot,
There's a
soot,
path.
soot.
I won't go out of earshot of the buggy. Don't worry, just kind of some silence.
For
To
God's
think away from
sake, honey,
people.
you just died. Can you please not?
I'll try not to make it to 2 for 1. But if I'm out of earshot, I won't go out of earshot. I just want some slight quiet from the goats. You know what? Would
I'll go
anyone
with
care?
you.
Okay, I was about to ask if anyone would like to go with me. This looks like there's a path this way.
This place
Can I?
has an energy to it.
Yeah,
I might
okay.
actually.
Is there a way I can? You said it sounded. God, the goat actually got me. You said that it looked like we were being watched. Can I like look around to see if I can see anything watching us?
Yeah, I'd say you could.
Okay. Great. I started off well, and that's a
Perception of 6. Nah, it's kind of hard.
Okay.
The farther you get into the forest, the more the canopies are going to kind of envelop, and the sunlight's going to kind of like... It's not going to be dark, but it's not going to be bright. It's kind of like that mixed day where, like, say you're in your room, you got one window open, like 3 rooms down, and you just got that little bit of ambient light. You're going to find 16 to 17 more pillows kind of making their way a little bit farther into Wolf Pass Forest. And at the very back of it, you're going to see a statue.
Is it a bear?
It is not a bear.
Damn
It looks humanoid, although it's hard to tell because it's covered in vines and trees. So, like, all of this has kind of been taken by the forest. It's broken down, it's eroded, it's kind of old, and really just... It hasn't seen a good light in a long time.
Is there any way to tell what it's supposed to be, or is it just kind of like a worn down place?
The statue would probably give you the most information. That one seems to be the most well cared for.
Okay. Yes, it'll... You said it's like, is the statue completely covered in vines, or just like it's kind of starting to be covered in vines?
You'll probably have to get a good look. You'll probably have to pull the vines off.
Yes, it'll do that like carefully, trying not to like completely like rip roots off.
Okay.
But you know, still wanting to get at things, but just gingerly.
So these clothes on this statue are really old. We're talking probably 4 or 5 generations, probably about 100 years old even. These clothing don't look like this era. He's holding some sort of metal orb in his hand. And it's got runes all over it. Though some of them have been kind of obscured by moss that stands on its surface. The gentleman on this thing just kind of has one arm behind his back, kind of peering at this orb as if it were something special. The one thing I will note is that the orb is metal, not stone. It does not look like it is attached to the statue itself.
If I touch the orb with my spear tip, does anything happen? Or I touch it with
No.
my hands? Okay. does this look like this orb was originally part of this installation, or was like brought by at a later point?
Judging by the way that the statue is standing and the arcana that you've seen written, matching some of the open arcana on it, it looks like this is part of the installation from when it was first made.
Okay.
Zereth's going to take a different avenue, and he's going to start brushing away the undergrowth and the dried leaves and stuff from the ground around the altar. And he's going to see if he can find any kind of markings, the kind of markings that might be put in place for some kind of, like a solar calendar type of structure, or the markings that you find at graves.
It all seems just to be set up for an arcanic use. There's no dedication. There's no... I mean, there doesn't seem to be any written reason as to why this is here. And I'll give you that without an investigation even.
Soot is going to go back and get both Callisto and... Oh god, this is a hard judgment call. Castor, to bring them forward, because actually, I can explain it in character. Yeah, that's how we play this game. There is a statue a ways down the road that's covered in vines. Callisto, if you could help me clear that without angering anything that might be in the area. And Castor, the statue's holding a serious orb, and I've seen you be able to kind of decipher that sort of thing in the past, if you wouldn't mind helping do that now?
I can give it my best, but my magic hasn't been too trustworthy as of late.
Right. Would you rather Jason can't... Would you... why don't we try before we get our hopes down?
I'll give it a try, like I said, but
okay.
Can't make any promises.
Right.
I can give it a shot.
Soot'll take everyone there, point out everything. Callisto, it looks like there's a whole bunch of vines growing over. I tried to gently remove them as to not tear any roots, in case this was kind of supposed to be the way things were going, but if you could kind of hint to them so that I could get a proper look at this. I just want to see what's... Just curious. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm happy to try. I make no promises and not angering any spirits, but I'll do my best. And I'm gonna go up to the vines and cast Druidcraft as many times as necessary to try and, like, kind of pull them away.
You could eventually clear the entire actual statue itself.
Okay, then I will do that.
Damn, is there, like, other than the feeling of being watched, is there any, like, magical aura emanating from this area, or is it just...
From pure sight? Probably not.
Well, Castor
No gut feelings?
Castor is casting Detect Magic.
Oh, okay. There you go. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. It seems the only thing that still holds any magical essence in the area is the orb in its hand.
I'm going to focus closer. You're going to see Castor, like, eye it closer to try to determine what type of magic it is.
Sure, 1 second. I guess it would be... Yeah, it's definitely an enchantment. It seems to give a condition. But that's all you can get from it.
It's some sort of condition-based enchantments. I don't know if it's wise of us to grab it ourselves.
I'll agree with that, given, I'll just say our track record with picking up random things off the ground. We'll just leave this one as is. Soot will pull out a silver. Is it safe to say if I have like 15 gold, some of that can be in silver?
Sure.
Okay. Soot will take out a silver and lay it at the foot of the statue, and then just kind of turn around and walk off.
All right.
Zer will be puzzled, but follow him back to the cart.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else would like to do?
How firmly is the orb planted in the thing's hand?
Loosely. You could probably pull it.
Martha's going to head back to the cart, I think.
Okay.
She doesn't want anything to do with it.
Castor will attempt to grab, like, a pouch. How big is it?
Probably no more bigger than, like, say, one of those, like, those, like, rolling orbs that they use from, like, that one movie. David Bowie has it with his impressive package.
He's got a fushigi?
Yeah, it's about the size of a fushigi ball.
Okay, so I have pouches on my belt. I'll take one off and try to put it in there without touching it to my skin.
Okay. So you'll pull this orb from the statue. And you'll notice for a second.
Martha's outie. I would like to remind you, went to the cart. Y'all have fun.
So you're going to pull the orb from this thing's hand. And slowly from the bottom to the top of the head, you'll see the stone recede. This creature, whatever it was holding, was petrified. And then you'll notice exactly what this Castor is. Skin hanging from its jawline. Gaunt eyes that glow through its ocular orbs. The body literally hanging together with limpness around the arms. This thing is going to billow out purple smoke.
That's the orb or the statue?
The statue. And eventually, standing in front of you is this skeletal creature with a large robe on top of it. And it's just kind of feigning a breath in. Like it... Yes. What year is this?
Am I the only one who sees this?
Quick point.
Anybody in the area.
Sorry, I was going to say, the tieflings are still here, right?
I believe so.
I never
thought
said I
Mom was
went.
with the cart. Yeah, I assumed he was with the cart.
Martha
was
was
with the
heading
cart,
back to the cart, but if y'all scream or something, she'll probably come running back.
It's year 52, right?
Hmm?
It's year 52, right?
I'll actually have to get that back to you. I'm dealing with like year systems. So I'm dealing right now with my time frame system that I'm working on. It's before and after Crystal. So it's BC and it's AC. Before Crystal probably ended somewhere around like 203 BC. And then after Crystal, you're around like somewhere around like 400 to 503 AC. I'm thinking 405 AC. Correct.
That's the year we're in?
Yeah.
It's the year 405 AC. And I can't use any of my abilities, right? I can't use my ability to see if it's a fiend.
You can attempt.
It's just one of my passive cleric abilities. I can do it 4 times a day. It allows me to sense. It's basically a paladin thing, except just for fiends and undead.
Okay. I've actually had this prepared for a while. I need to see something. Sorry, I had this all written down, but the moment before we were supposed to record, the paper went missing.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so I'm
Someone
working...
should probably go get Martha. Just an idea.
I was gonna say, Callisto is like 5 feet behind Castor, and he's just not moving. But
I'd say, with your ability, you're going to glean that it is not a fiend. It is definitely undead.
Zer wouldn't have been too far gone. He probably turned around when he saw the purple smoke rolling at his feet.
I'll
He's going to yell out, Soot!
Okay, that gets
that'll
Martha
get
to
Soot.
run around too. Like, wait, what happened, Soot? She'll turn around as well. I'm going to guess she was just a little ahead of them.
Would I be able to hear that at the cart?
Maybe, probably the call-outs. Yeah.
Soot will like render in like Watson in that Sherlock Holmes game, like sword or like spear and shield out, just like Soot's there.
Wait. No need to get hasty, kiddos. I mean, she sees this, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, she's going to, like, lift up her dress and sort of, like, speed hurry over. Okay, nobody panic.
It's a hustle run.
Yeah, a real hustle. And she sort of tries to corral everyone behind her. All right. Hello, mister. Good evening.
The name is Bevaton.
Bevaton. A lovely name.
So it's 406 AC. Perfect. Just what I needed. The spell worked perfectly. I was in sleep for almost 400 years.
Yes, and apparently one of my kiddos just woke you up, and she's going to turn.
And for that, I'll spare you. I need to get back to my work now. And he's going to turn around.
Wait, you mind if I ask you a few questions, sir? I mean, we did wake you up, after all.
Give me a persuasion roll.
While that's happening, can I real quick run through my brain what this thing is? I don't know what check that would be.
Sure,
like
you
to
can
do
do
the same.
Arcana,
Me
History,
too.
whatever you think might...
Can I do religion?
Does he count as a commoner? I don't think so.
I don't
There we
think
go.
he counts.
That's
as
a good roll. Arcana of 24.
This is a lich.
4.
Soot knows indefinitely this is a lich.
Would Martha know? Do I even have to roll for that? For her?
A 15, you'd probably have dealt with the ability to know what a lich is through Matthew. He's probably
That's
talked
a
about it
15
before.
persuasion, not an arcana.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. 50 persuasion, he'll stop.
Whoa.
Okay. But you really only get 3 questions. And then I have to be going.
Soot will hold up a finger and like 1 sec, and then look at Martha. Don't just ask whatever's off the top of your head. And then Soot will kind of walk to start like strafing. This is the dumbest question, unless this is like a very dumb lich. He doesn't happen to have his phylactery on him, does he?
Are you asking him that?
I'm asking you if I can look and see a phylactery, a cool. Well,
Well,
actually,
you could definitely roll a perception and check.
I would like to while talking is happening.
At this point, can we say I've slowly walked to there when I heard the call, and I've just now got there, and I'm gonna just keep a lookout from the back.
Yeah, definitely. Perception of 14 though. Let me go over some rolls here real quick because there was like 3 rolls we didn't get to. Moment for Arcana got an 11. This thing is undead of some sorts. It is definitely beyond just a simple ghoul or zombie. This thing is not good. With a 4, it's undead. You're not sure what kind. And that's for Castor. Izzy got an absolute natural 20, by the way. Congratulations on that. I want to shout that out. With the Arcana, you know this is undead. And perception of 14, there does not look to be any magical, not blatantly magical items on his person. See, the thing
Is
about
that orb
petrification
up?
is...
Is the
sorry.
orb a phylactery by chance?
I mean, possibly you could destroy it and find out.
I'm not going to do that in front of them.
How... Did he say how many years it's been? Or like...
400.
At 400,
Roughly.
almost.
Yeah, he was talking like around the time that he must have been petrified around the time of the crystal's arrival.
I'm trying to remember how old Matthew is. Not old enough to know this dude, I have a feeling.
Probably not. But there could be history on this guy.
He said his name was what?
In game here real quick, let me see what I wrote. just to make sure I'm saying it right. Bevaton.
Roll history for Bevaton.
That is a 12. It sounds familiar. The thing is it was so long ago, it sounds like it was from a tale that you heard, but you're not exactly sure in what light that tale put this man in.
Well, she's always one to assume the best, like, well, Mr. Lich, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes, I guess.
Castor will pipe
actually,
up. What are your plans? Asking one of the 3 questions.
Oh, little of this, little of that, magic. 2 questions.
Question, Corey.
Mhm.
Would Callisto recognize the name Bevaton from anything she's read, like legends? I don't know how old her family is, but would she know that name off the top of her head?
You can roll a history.
Sure.
History checks,
Even
everybody.
if it's like possible. I don't know. But I will roll. Give me a sec.
I hate to be that person to keep doing the same check, but I actually have a second question. If I could make a history check, and if I could make one with advantage, because my dad's books that I read are like also old in like generally a bad sense, but in this case it might actually be helpful.
Sure.
Okay.
That's a 2 for Alex. Nothing. Unfortunately, this guy seems to have escaped your people's information.
Yeah,
That's a natural 25 for...
So technically a 28 if you count the advantage.
So Bevaton was the original owner of Frostfoot Church. He is the one who originally started this following like a cult. And eventually it got to the point where he was so unbound and so unwaveredly followed, they considered him a god. And they gave sacrifices to him. They would split people's rib cages open, and they would give them like the dying eagle kind of thing going on, like they used to do for like the Mayans and stuff like that. And he reveled in it. He took the souls, put them in his phylactery, and just one day he seemed to have a plan for something. He was in the writings from the book that you got from your father. It was like almost like he had a mission in some way, and in doing so, he petrified himself in a place that was unknown to his followers.
So he would be the reason that Frostfoot Church is like that?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't pick anything. Izzeay, not me. Stop saying
It's my
me.
fault.
It was Castor. So it didn't touch
You're
anything.
all grounded after this. I hope you know that.
Hey, Castor did this.
Hey,
That was
you
Castor.
walked away from it.
Soot
You can blame
walked
yourself.
away. Soot explicitly was like, that seems bad, and walked away. Like, Soot had a
Castor.
As usual.
brief moment of insight. Okay. Soot wants to know so much more. But I get. We just talked about. That's killing me. Okay. There's 2 more questions. Soot's gonna look at Martha. Martha, do you need 2 questions or just 1?
Do you mean the world harm?
It depends what you mean by world.
Martha, do you have another question, or may I?
Go
Just
ahead.
typically a single race of tieflings, really.
Whoa!
Okay. Here, honey, get behind me.
Yes.
At that moment, we'll walk up closer so you can see him and say, "What race of
moment?
tiefling?"
No! God damn it!
I think the 2 of us
Soot's gonna
just
walk
walked
off.
up together and said that in unison.
They don't really have a fair name. Although they are in the jungle, I'm not sure. I'll find them eventually. I'm sure.
Oh, no need. They're gone. Somebody did your job for you.
Oh, perfect. That means the first half of my adventure is already complete.
Out of pure curiosity, what did you want with them?
Death.
Well,
Duh.
to be fair, it seems
Very
like that
handy.
already
Yeah,
happened.
you got it right there. I know
Oh,
you
they
said
swerved. Anyway, 3 questions are up. I'm out.
Please, can I have one more? If there's a price to be paid, I will hear it and then possibly pay the price. I have a very
Oh,
important-
God. You are not smart, honey.
I am very smart. I don't think things through, but there's very important information that he can have that we will need, and it might actually save me a visit to my father, and that's worth so much to me to not have to see that man. So, what's your price? And so we'll point up at him.
I don't know. I've been asleep for about 400 years. I don't know what's even around. Do you guys still use cursits? This type of currency?
No, just plain weighted gold by the end.
Ugh. Such filthy beasts.
Yes. If I ask the question, will you tell me the price for the answer? For a true answer, no dodging the question, no skipping around.
I need to know the question first.
Okay. What is the connection between you, Frostfoot Church, and the fiend named Zolom?
Alright. I want your shield.
Okay. Soot will look. I'm almost positive you will use this for a nefarious purpose, but as of right now, that's a price. And Soot will sling the shield off their back and hand it to him, like kind of holding it like a plate.
He'll kind of billow, as if the smoke is his feet, and he'll slowly move over to you. He's very, I want to say elegant, skeletal fingers will kind of wrap around the edge of the shield. Now, how close would you allow him? Because he looks like he wants to come in and whisper to you.
I will say in this moment, mostly because I want that cool thing to happen, I will allow it, because, and Soot is legitimately willing to pay a pretty high price for this information.
And so, probably paralyzed with fear.
So he'll lean in, and you'll feel the chill from the coldness that comes off his bones. There's no heat here at all. It feels like a void, an empty vapness of creation. And you'll hear absolutely nothing.
Thank you. A lack of an answer is an answer. And so we'll relinquish the shield.
Oh no, the answer is, I have nothing to do with him. At all.
Noted. You know where to find us, I'm sure.
Callisto, before he can move, is going to attempt to cast Entangle on him, second level, however high she needs to get it.
Okay.
Can I?
She is half fucking
He'll let you.
at this
Can I
point.
see how she's about to do this? And can I try to stop
Well,
her?
it's been nice talking to you,
can't.
dear. Oh, shit.
I can't tackle you.
Oh, good luck, honey. Good luck.
I'll give it a good old college try.
Callisto, if this gets you killed...
It's a 12 to tackle Callisto.
Okay, do I need to roll something?
No, he's gonna let it occur.
Well, I was trying to stop it before it happened.
Oh, dear.
So you'll see them kind of wrap up and around him, and he'll just kind of... Really?
You'll have to forgive them.
Yeah, Soot's doing the hands up, like...
I don't do demands. And he'll snap, and a purple flame will burn away.
Callisto, honey, sweetheart.
She is not listening.
Don't. Oh, dear.
She just says, I'm not asking a demand. I just have one last question, and it's highly personal.
There will be a cost.
Name it.
3 years of your memory. You were rude. I choose.
Fair enough.
Oh, God.
Why did you want my family dead?
Oh, they tried to kill me a long time ago. Tried to stop me, really. I couldn't have that. But the leader at the time was very strong, and at the time, I was a little afraid I could take him. But It's been almost 405 years, and now that he's gone, I'm pretty sure I'm free to do what I want.
Hopefully good things. Archlich things.
You have an option. The leader's still alive.
Really?
Not the one you know.
405 years ago, I don't think he's going to be much of a challenge.
Oh no, not him. She still lives.
Oh, well, then I'm definitely not concerned.
Good luck defeating her when the time comes.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Also, I did say 3 years of your life. I'm going to take the 3 years it took you to learn to walk. And then you'll probably see Callisto lose balance and fall on her.
Yep. Castor was in the midst of trying to tackle her and then stopped, so he'll be there to catch her.
Well,
And,
thank
he's
you
gonna
for
look.
being so kind. Merciful, good sir.
Very good.
I apologize for their behavior.
Good. And I appreciate that, Martha.
Fuck.
I'll see you guys later. Oh, don't worry. Cheap trick, I read your mind. And he'll walk.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse. She's going to snap her head over to Castor.
You weren't there, so you don't know who opened it.
Moment just starts walking back to the
Who's
cart.
holding the orb
It's
right
in a,
now?
It's in a pouch.
Okay, I was going to be like, if you're holding the orb, like, you don't know who did it. I'm going to be like, okay,
I don't know.
that's fair.
Well, she'll snap to look at everyone then, like, whoever let go of that orb, we're going to have a big talk. Eventually.
Was it
You
me?
are all very lucky.
Rodeo,
Mm-hmm.
we need a moment, my friend.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You freed the Lich. You have gained favor. Return your spells.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh God.
Warlock Castor. Yeah.
Welcome. I mean, no, not welcome. Martha's a cleric.
I knew I should have, except Soot would not be a good warlock. Okay, so
I think I need to commune with my goddess. Now more than ever. Everyone, could you please go back to the cart?
Soot will pick up their silver that they left on the statue and walk back to the cart.
Martha's just going to start making... I'm not sure what her ritual would be. Something like... She's probably going to start drawing out, I wouldn't say a summoning circle, but some sort of ritual circle with her heel in the dirt.
Okay. Roll me a quick arcana. 16. Soil seems soft enough. Doesn't seem like a lot of people have had a good go in this area. It's kind of off the beaten path, so there's plenty of room.
Okay. I'll need a good sacrifice. Probably berries. Maybe one of the goats. Is anyone... Who's the last one leaving?
I would guess
There will
probably...
be-
Oh, I was going to say, I'd guess it'd probably be Castor and Callisto because he's going to be a bit slow.
Oh, Castor, honey, could you have
Mhm.
someone else come back here with the weakest of the goats? One of the weakest goats. The ones that look...
Yes, Martha, I can do that.
I hate to do it, but you know, circle of life. That's half the reason we have goats. That and milk and... oh dear. And she's just going to go back to... Not doodling in the sand, but, you know, taking care of the stuff in the dirt.
On his way back, Castor will look to Callisto and just say, "I'm sorry."
You don't get a response.
I figured as much.
out of it. Yeah.
So Castor will get back, I guess, and look to Zereth. And if Zereth is not looking his direction, he'll kick a rock towards him.
Hi,
Could you bring Martha one of the weakest goats, please?
I'm on it.
Thank you. And Castor will just sit down and put Callisto down by him, and he's not going to leave her side.
So, Zara will do a turnabout and bring back to Martha one of the goats and promptly leave with the lead in her hand.
Thank you, hun. And she's going to look down the goat like, sorry about this, little buddy. Nothing personal. She's going to put the goat in the middle and humanely dispatch it.
Okay.
She'll, and of course, like all sacrifices, they'll get to eat it later, so it's not a waste of a goat, but it's needed for the ceremony, so she can. Plus, it's 1 gold worth, so hopefully, will work. And she's going to try to commune with her goddess.
Okay. How would she like to try?
How?
Yeah. What would you like to say? How would you attempt to commune?
I know you hate me, and all the ways I've failed you, but so much has happened lately. I am in desperate need of guidance. Not for me, but for everyone I care deeply about. Whatever your hatred towards me is, surely you can overlook it for the sake of the others. Jason's sick. He's hurt again, and I failed him again. I failed Soot again, just like I failed Finn, and Jason again. I'm not a very good mother, am I?
You'll feel... I say you'd feel a presence. But it's not really making itself kind of physical. You feel hurt. But it doesn't seem to be... Yeah, it doesn't seem to be interacting currently.
Her sadness quickly changes to rage. What do you want from me? I've given you my soul, I've given you my heart, my everything. What else could you possibly want? Is it because I left? It's because I left. It's always been my fault. Apparently, the village is in shambles. No doubt that's my fault, too. At least help Jason. Please. I can't lose him, too.
Still has no answer.
And sort of in frustration, she's just going to okay, fine, whatever. She's going to do the basic equivalent of hanging up a flip-phone clack. She's just going to kick the circle and sort of disrupt it.
By kicking the circle, you are going to uncover a small little bluish crystal in the ground. tiny. It's not very big.
She'll pick it up.
It seems to hold, from what you can tell, some sort of magical resonance.
Okay. I suppose that's better than nothing. Thank you, I guess. I'm still mad at you. No doubt you're mad at me. You won't even talk to me. You know, most patrons talk. You know, quite verbally. And with that, she's just going to shake her head and grab the goat, sort of sling it over her shoulders, and head back with the crystal and the goat.
All right.
And on the walk there, she's just wipe her eyes, slap her face. By the time she's there, okay, honeys, who's ready for some goat?
So, returning back to the cart, after all the excitement, you guys got there around 10 or so. I'd say it's probably about 2 or 3 p.m. Still plenty of time to finish the rest of the day's travel, but late enough that dilly-dallying might cost you a little bit of travel time.
Also, I'm going to say we murdered Rhubarb, the goat.
Okay. Make a rhubarb pie.
Castor's just going to be keeping a close eye on Callisto's well-being.
Okay. Sorry, Callisto.
Very focused on that.
I've always had canon that Druidic is Callisto's first language, but she learned Common probably at around that same time. Can we say that she learned Elvish later?
Sure.
She does speak Elvish.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to have that in the back of my head. Cool.
Okay, Martha's going to cook up a very nice, yummy goat. I'm going to say a spit roast.
So are we camping here for the night?
It might cost us a bit of time, but I think we all need, at the very least, a dinner before we head out again. Does anyone think otherwise?
We've had an eventful day. I think it's alright to take some rest. As long as we're out of the woods before the travel crystal stops working, that's my only request. I think we can handle whatever's on the road perfectly well.
Okay, she says as she's like cutting off a goat leg and just roasting it over the fire. Okay, who wants to hold this up? I'm going to go check on Josh. I mean Jason. Jason.
On Josh.
Soot will hold whatever needs to be held. Just kind of, I assume it's a full goat, so it will have some weight.
Yep. She's already gutted it, don't worry.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I have a question. Does Callisto remember any languages?
Probably Elvish.
I was actually going to correct myself. She speaks Sylvan, not Elvish. I was mixing up her with a different character.
Close.
What about Infernal?
She speaks Infernal, but that's her, like... I like to imagine Druidic and Infernal are her native tongues, because Infernal is like a genetic language.
So then would she still remember Common or not?
I'm going to leave that up to you, Corey.
Common, probably.
Because I imagine...
Yeah, the whole reason of wiping your memory was to get rid of Common.
And walking.
And to walk.
Yeah, she would have been very young when she learned it, I think.
So then would she, with wiping Common, would it wipe Infernal as well?
I don't think it would wipe Infernal. That's inborn. So.
Okay, good, because that means at least Castor can communicate with her.
Yeah.
And
So with Izzeay, with his proficiency in medicine and his specific flavored background in sports medicine would probably know that psychomotor skills are a little bit more complex than you learn something at a specific time. Basically, he knows that her ability to walk is connected in more than one way to the moment she learned those specific skills. He would like to attempt some physiotherapy to try to get those that muscle memory back in order for her.
It will take time, but it can be done.
Meanwhile, while they're just sitting around cooking, Castor will start speaking to her in an infernal and try to do the thing where, he'll point at things and he'll say it in common. And then say it back in infernal.
How would you know that she can't speak anything than that? Because I don't think she's spoken yet. So
you're right.
The thing is, I feel like might be hard to.
You're right. You're right. Well, he'd just be talking to her then.
I mean, you can just do that. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
You're good. She just sits. You get the sense she can hear you, but she's very much trapped in her own head. It's just kind of letting you talk.
It's going to be mostly like, asking if she's okay, if there's anything you can get her. Again, apologizing. That sort of deal.
I'd like to say during my all this moment would be like setting up the alarm spell around the fire and the like where we're probably going to sleep. So, and just be away from everybody, like not wanting to really talk to them.
Martha is going to go in and see Jason,
who is fast asleep and kind of fading in and out.
She's going to just gently pat his cheek honey.
For the first 2 pats you'll go through, and then the third one will connect. But he'll kind of groggily wake up.
Jason, she's going to take the crystal. Bite down on this. Let's hope that's how it's supposed to be. I hope it's not a suppository.
So you want him to chew on it?
I mean, usually it's a breaking of a crystal, so. Is that not what she was supposed to do with it?
It can be done with it. Thing is I've gone over this with somebody about what these things can do. They're a bit volatile at times.
Okay, then she wouldn't do that. She would crack it over him then. How about that?
I mean, you could have always asked somebody, if they knew what it was.
I feel like she's going off of the faith of her deity. The only problem is
she also hates her deity, though, at the moment.
A love-hate thing currently, I would think.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Roll me a 1d100.
78.
Okay, so you can crack it. Here's the situation with that. The moment it is cracked, it will create an explosion. This isn't like normal crystals. These crystals come from Kodia's crystal completely and hold raw magic. They are not like a travel crystal, which has been kind of refined and kind of built
Oh god,
up.
so it is a suppository.
No. If anything, he could have held it. Maybe that could have given him... it's still going to do something for him, but it's just going to be a bit more volatile.
Okay. Well, if she knows it's a powerful crystal, would you say she knows?
We can roll an Arcana before you crack it. Because you've dealt with Matthew before. 17. Yeah, you'd probably know these things are a bit volatile.
Probably because he tried something like that once.
Probably.
And it did not end well. Okay, she will basically use her very basic necklace building skills from when she was a little girl to sort of wrap it around, make it into a little necklace for him, put it on him.
Mm-hmm. He'll become substantial on a few seconds here and there. He might fade for a few seconds, but not nearly as bad as he was. Not nearly.
Oh, thank the goddess. All right. You're going to be okay, son, okay? I
He'll
promise.
pass back out. Almost immediately.
She'll just sort of pet his head, then head back out. I think Jason's stabilized a bit better.
That's a good thing.
He's still fading in a bit, though.
They'll be able to help him more at Handsome.
Right. How's that goat cooking? I'll go get the spices for it. How do you like some garlic maybe, or peppers, red chili flakes?
Garlic is said to ward off evil, at least where I come from.
Where I come from, garlic is just really tasty and gives you bad breath.
That's fair. I come from a scary place, as you may have noticed with me asking. It's fine. But if
My father used to eat pickled garlic cloves. It gave him the worst farts possible.
Could someone gather some hefty sticks so that I don't have to stand here while this goat roasts for a couple hours, if that's okay?
Castor's probably sitting there with Callisto's head on him, and he's not going to get up.
I'll hold him, dear. Why don't you go get the sticks?
Okay, yeah. So we'll go do that just so that way no one has to stand by the fire and just hold the goat for 3 hours.
It does smell very good. You know, goat testicles are considered a delicacy in most places. Not here. We'll leave them for the wolves.
So we'll bring back sticks and kind of make a makeshift A-frame kind of deal. If you need me to roll, I can. I would prefer not to. Survival is not good, but A-frames are, I think, a basic concept.
I mean, if you get the sticks, worst case scenario, Martha can do it herself.
Yeah, that's fair.
In fact, she will. She will shoo you away very politely. I'll do it. I'll do it.
You guys will hear a leer off in the distance.
Soot will... Can we tell which direction?
From the direction you were coming from, the kingdom itself, maybe a little bit farther in the forest. It's heading towards this road, if not going down the road.
You'd see Moment's head snap to it.
Soot will ready shield and spear and kind of be sitting there very tense. Everyone, we need to be at half positions, so I need someone up here with me. Moment, are you good?
He won't look at you, but he will come up next to you.
Thank you. Everyone else, you may remain at ease until orders are called. And Soot will just kind of stand there and literally just wait in very obvious, if this is an ambush, I will be ready for it position.
We was about to pray, but here you go. And he slaps you on the shoulder, sir. Slaps Soot on the shoulder. And, there. And then he goes back to behind the fire. And he will begin to mumble. Although If anyone's standing close enough and listening, it's not quite a mumbling as it is singing. Though he's not singing words, he's singing a different tune entirely to that which he cannot hear coming from the forest. Just a simple syllables.
La
Religious.
cucaracha, la cucaracha. Sorry.
Okay.
Coming down the road. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was.
Do you want to do that first?
I was just gonna ask if the sound was like coming towards us, but you got it. My bad.
So coming down the road, dressed in this bluish kind of puffy, I'd say it's a cold weather jacket with a white linen shirt underneath. The man will be wearing kind of a necklace with a coin on it. He'll have dark hair, kind of 5 o'clock shadow going on, maybe a scar kind of around his nose. You guys might notice this person. He seemed to have been in communications with Finn sometime during the main party. And he's just kind of playing his lyre as he's walking down the main road here, just kind of meandering.
Okay. Soot will basically, upon recognizing the man, put the spear and shield up. At ease, everyone. Appears to be, hopefully, someone that we've met before and isn't hostile. Oh, there we go. I found the picture. The second you started describing the jacket, I was like, I know who this guy is.
I'll get it again. Just so that we have it for everybody who doesn't want to scroll.
I think I replied to it, so it might have put the image down at the bottom.
Hot,
Oh, yeah, man.
hot tater tot.
Yes. Okay. Hey, yep, okay. Actually, Soot would have seen the guy, but I don't think any of us got his name, did we? Just Finn?
I think
No.
Finn called him Robert once in front of
Yeah.
you guys.
Before the
Okay.
party, me and Zereth and Finn were talking about him, so you would know his name is Robert.
Martha's just going to do her fine familiar ritual in the background while all this is happening. She needs her.
I don't see you guys. He'll kind of come to a stop and pull his hands off the lyre.
Hello. Greetings.
Oh, hi, how are you?
I'm okay, all things considered for the day. What brings you out this far?
Oh, I'm traveling to Sorlin. Next bit of job, play over there. I've got a thing with the king. How about you?
We are currently on our way to Tansem. We've made camp, we had a bit of a day. But
You guys look familiar. Have I met you before?
hey, at Lord Vagrant's party.
Ah, hey, where's Finn? I was going to teach him a song.
Yep,
Is he still here? Is he probably out collecting wood or something?
No.
It's okay.
He's
I'll wait
dead.
here. I'll surprise him.
Oh, that.
What?
Okay, that's much less gentle than what I was going to say. Yes, he.
Fester ripped off the bandage at this point.
He's gone.
I
He's
believe-
dead.
No, the day after the party. He and a few of my cohorts went out to
Find some slavers.
No, they went out to check a disturbance, I believe, and Soot's kind of doing that thing where you look at another person to kind of make sure you're getting the details right. Looking at Castor, I don't know if Castor wants to confirm or deny the story, but went out to investigate some mysterious happenings, and in the process was struck down and unable to be revived. So he is obviously no longer traveling with us.
There's another student dead.
A
Follies of
student?
adventuring. Yeah. Before he left, I promised I'd teach him musics. Teach him how to play the song that's in his heart. Guess that's not needed now.
Life is as beautiful as it is cruel and unjust sometimes, I think.
Just a hard pivot. We've been out of Fortosum for a bit now. Kind of got out while things are still hot. How is everything over there? Have they settled any new rulers in? Is everything okay?
Everything seems fine for now. The Princess Junie, she's being taken in by a higher noble, one of the ones for a higher name. Unfortunately, her husband's been disappearing, but the Lady of Lord Vagrant is taking care of her for now. She's taking control for now as well, and is trying to mend some sort of ruffle in the treaty, apparently. Apparently there was a book uncovered that, shows Lord Vagrant having slaves and selling a particular noble from Sorlem. So I have been asked as a favor to head to Sorlem and potentially talk through the situation before it breaks the treaty. Peanut butter and all.
A kerfuffle involving Lord Vagrant.
He was a bit of a creep.
Yes, that's essentially what I was going for, to be honest. Not a great man.
Thanks for listening to this episode. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode, and comment so we can bring more people to join the story with us. We want to thank Syrinscape as we use their sound systems for our sound effects and music. Check out the description if you want to know exactly which sets we used this episode. Thanks to Kobold Press, we use their monster write-ups to keep our players on their toes and you listeners on the edges of your seats. Join us next episode as we continue our story.